This is the inspirational narrative where stories aren't just told. They heal, they lift, and they remind you that even in the darkest chapters of life, a tiny spark of positivity can rewrite everything. Today's story is about surviving the storm, holding your spirit together when everything around you is falling apart, and discovering the power that positivity carries in the moments you least expect. Listen closely, because this story may touch your heart in a way you never forgot. In the quiet outskirts of Columbus, Ohio, lived a woman named Madison. She was known for her bright smile, cheerful voice, and the way she always encouraged others, even strangers. People often said she had a light inside her, a warmth that made everyone feel safe. But life had not been kind to Madison. Behind her smile lived battles she never spoke of. A few winters earlier, Madison lost her job due to company downsizing. Shortly after, her mother fell ill, and medical bills started piling up. Her car broke down, her savings ran out, and every day felt heavier than the last. Life seemed to hit her with challenge after challenge, giving her barely enough time to breathe. But even then, Madison refused to let negativity win. Every morning, she stood in front of her mirror and whispered, "Not everything is in my control, but my attitude is." One freezing morning, while searching for temporary work, she walked into a small cafe named Harper's Rest. She ordered the cheapest drink on the menu, a simple cup of tea, and sat near the window wondering how she would survive the next month. As she stared outside, she noticed an elderly man struggling to carry his groceries across the icy sidewalk. Before even thinking, Madison jumped from her seat and rushed outside to help him. The man was grateful and asked her to sit with him for a moment. They talked for nearly an hour, and Madison, even with her own heavy burdens, spent the entire time encouraging him about life. When they parted ways, the man said, "Young lady, you carry hope in your voice. Don't ever lose that." She smiled gently, but inside her heart whispered, "I hope I don't." Later that week, her mother's condition worsened, and Madison felt her positivity begin to crack. She stepped outside the hospital one night, tears rolling down her cheeks, wondering why life kept testing her. As she stood near the parking lot, someone tapped her on the shoulder. She turned and saw the same elderly man from the cafe. He smiled warmly and said, "I came to visit someone here, and I saw you. You look like someone carrying the whole world." Madison nodded silently, unable to speak. The man continued, "When life becomes heavy, people think positivity means pretending everything is okay. But that's not true. Positivity means believing there is still a way forward, even when you can't see it yet." His words touched her deeply. Before leaving, he pressed a folded card into her hand and walked away. When Madison opened the card, she froze. Inside was a note that read, "Come see me tomorrow morning," along with an address. There was also a check, not a small one, but enough to cover her mother's medical bills for several months. Madison stood there crying, overwhelmed, not understanding why a stranger would help her like this. The next morning, she visited the address. It wasn't a house. It was the headquarters of a large non-profit organization. When she entered the building, she saw the elderly man again, this time in a suit, surrounded by staff members. He wasn't just a random old man, he was the founder of the organization, a well-known philanthropist named William Harper. He smiled at her and said, "I watched how you treated me that day. You had nothing, yet you still gave kindness. You reminded me what real positivity looks like. People like you deserve help, not because you ask, but because you never stop giving." He offered Madison a full-time job at his foundation, one that paid well and allowed her to continue helping people. Tears streamed down her face as she realized that her kindness and positivity, even in her darkest days, had led her straight into the light she desperately needed. Years later, Madison became one of the Foundation's most beloved team leaders. When young volunteers asked her how she stayed positive during hard times, she always said the same thing. Positivity won't erase your pain, it won't remove your problems, but it will give you the strength to walk through the fire without losing yourself. When you choose to stay positive, you don't just survive the storm, you invite the rainbow. The truth is, life will test you, break you, and push you to your limits. But positivity isn't about smiling through the pain. It's about believing that the pain won't last forever. And sometimes the kindness you give during your darkest days becomes the very light that saves you.